Hi everyone, it's Jack's Girl. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. I am demonstrating today how I add more yarn to my project. So a friend of mine at work asked if I could show how to demonstrate that. So I thought, what a good idea. I'll do that. Now, this one here, this project is a washcloth. It's made out of cotton yarn. Easy, easy, easy. I just picked this up. I wanted something to work on that was easy for me while I was watching television with my family. I don't watch a lot of television. Not too much interests me on there, but it was The Amazing Race. I don't know if any of you've watched that. I like it. I like seeing the adventure, how they do things, how they get through the competition of it. I enjoy it. So it's something that I can do that's family friendly and entertaining at the same time. Anyway, okay, so I picked up some cotton yarn and decided to start making a washcloth, which I did. And this doesn't take me much time at all. I don't know what size this is. Let's measure this. But anyways, I used some cotton yarn, and I'll show that to you here in a moment. But let's measure. Oh, actually, I've got this here. Have you guys seen any of these? I think my mother picked this up. I want to say she got it at Hobby Lobby. No Drama Llama. They're like the slap bracelets that you could buy back in the 80s, you know. But I use it sometimes to hold on to a ball of yarn or a skein of yarn. And it'll help keep it nice and tight when I'm starting to use it up, or when I've been using partial, part of it, and it's in my bag. But I do like these. And it has this measuring device here. So it has it in the inches, and also it has it in centimeters. And here's a website for it, www. Oh man, okay, something. Is it Continental? No. Oh. That's his accessory. Yeah, Continental. Sorry, I had to break a word because they're so long. So you have Continental. There you go. Continental accessory.com. So www.continentalaccessory.com. This is how I have to read medications when I'm at work. Some of those medications, oh my goodness. And I'm so glad to see when my coworkers are struggling as well, trying to read some of those medication names. And so just over the years, I've learned to just break it up, right? That third grade trick you learn. Maybe it's second grade. Maybe it's first grade. I think back when my daughter was learning how to do that. I think it was first grade. Was it kindergarten? Might have been kindergarten for her. She was in a private school and they had her a little more advanced, and I was amazed. In fact, I think she was in second or third grade and she was learning how to do statistics. That math is what I learned in college, but she was learning it, I want to say it was second grade, the end of second grade, and then she worked on it again in third grade. Crazy math. Anyway, it says patent pending 1st of March 2019. So it's a pretty new device that my mother picked up for me. Anyhow, let's measure this. This is where we are. Okay. So in centimeters, it is like almost 25 centimeters by 23. It should be the same though. Let's see. By 24 centimeters and in inches, which is what I'm more familiar with. it is it's nearly 10. I know you can't see what I'm doing here. It's nearly 10, like it's off by a little fraction. And oh no, okay. Sorry. How I have my phone, you cannot see. Okay. But if you want to trust me on this, it's 9, which is interesting because I thought this was a complete square. What I do when I'm working it is I fold it into a triangle shape, and when it matches up, that's when I'm done. But maybe it wasn't quite done. I think I needed one more row, which I would have enjoyed doing. I could have maybe done one more row. So it's not a complete square, but that's okay. It's handmade. And I was just reading an interesting thing, and a lot of people chimed in, several people chimed in agreeing with this idea. And they said that many patterns previously in years were often written down on purpose with a tiny mistake so it couldn't be made perfect, which would be frustrating for the person who's making it if they didn't know that. Then there were also people who purposely, as they claimed, purposely made a mistake in their projects so that way it was proven that it was homemade, handmade, not perfect, because only God could be perfect. So, interesting fact, and I like it. I think it's a great idea. I could have maybe done one more row to make it perfect, but it's okay because I am not perfect. I'm striving for perfection on a daily basis. I know I never will be perfect. And that's okay because I don't want to get to that edge of perfection. And once you get to perfection, then what's next? There's nothing to practice. There's nothing to do better, right? So I don't ever really want to get to that, but I'm going to strive for perfection. And if I even think that I made it to perfection, I want to change it up. So that way I always have something to look forward to. All right, so let me share with you guys how I add my yarn. But first, I'll talk to you guys about what I have as far as supplies here. So this is Lily Sugar and Cream, the original. And I think they say that because there's also, what is the other one? Peaches and Cream. And I'm wondering if that's why. I'll have to look. I've never actually looked and paid attention to the label, who makes that one, the Peaches and Cream. But anyways, this is Lily Sugar and Cream. And I believe Joanne carries this one. Probably other places as well. I think Ace Hardware used to carry yarn. They don't carry yarn anymore, which makes me sad because they kind of carried a little bit of everything and I loved it. Go in there for some tools, some things for the garden. You can get hunting stuff, kayaking stuff. You can get clothing, yarn, art supplies, some toys, kitchenware and stuff. But I don't think they carry yarn anymore, which, darn it. All right, so this one here was the supersize bowl, the supersize ball. For project ideas, you can go to yarninspirations.com. So they do make a smaller ball of this. This was like the double size of it. And then here you have the cotton. I don't know what that one's for. Maybe that's a symbol that they use in Canada. I'm not sure. But this one is definitely American cotton symbol. And then, of course, the U.S. flag. Made in Canada from 100% USA cotton. And it's a medium weight. So with this one, if you wanted to use knitting needles, they suggest for a 10 by 10 centimeter or 4 inch by 4 inch, you would use a 4.5 millimeter knitting needle, or that is a US 0.7 And so 20 stitches and 26 rows would get you the 10 by 10 centimeter or the 4 by 4. This is what this means. Okay. Can you see this one here? Yeah. Okay. So if you wanted to crochet, and if you were using a 5 millimeter, which is what I'm using, a US hook H8, if you did a 4 by 4 inch or a 10 by 10 centimeter, then you would have like 13 rows or 13. Now, why does that say SC? Oh, single crochet. Makes sense. So if we were doing just single crochet, 13 single crochets in 14 rows, this is what you should get. Now, these symbols, I cannot tell you what they are. I do believe this means no iron. I could be wrong. Oh, no, maybe it's this. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's steam and an iron. I don't know, but somebody knows. And then these symbols, these hieroglyphics, right? No, they're not really hieroglyphics, but one probably means washer, dryer. I'm not sure. I don't know what these mean. Oh, I'm going to look them up. Okay, wash colors separately. Some colors may run. I'm not sure about this one. I haven't washed it. I have used one that is meant for making scrubbers to wash pots and pans with, or your dishes or the sink. And that red color runs. I did one with red and purple mix, and the red runs each time I use it, which I think is crazy. I will, I'll make a video about that one because I don't have my supplies with me right now, but I will get them because I do have it. It's really kind of sad. We'll talk about that in that video, but this one here, so let's get back to this one. This says hot blue. And basically the color you're seeing here is what it is. It might be like a shade lighter, not as bright and vibrant. Maybe about this. Maybe that's about right. This looks about right. So this is a nice color if you like this blue color. And it says worsted 4-ply, 113 grams, 4 ounces. It's approximately 200 yards. So approximately meaning it could be a little off. They say there's a free pattern in there. There probably is. Hate to take the band off, but it should be okay. Let's see, what are they making in here? They make, oh, a placemat. A placemat to crochet. Placemats. I like placemats. See, that'd be nice. That'd be a nice gift to give for a child or for a loved one. Mother's Day, Father's Day, make a placemat and then serve them with something yummy, right? And a child, make them a beautiful placemat all their own. It makes people feel special when you do something, especially around mealtime. You bake them a cake, you make them something special, even if it's a bowl full of berries. Their favorite toast with peanut butter on it and a beautiful placemat. That'd be cute, right? There are some really cute placemats. I don't have an example right now, but anyways, let's get back to this. I am using a Susan Bates. Well, it was, there we go. Susan Bates. I'll show you better on this one. USH, oh boy, 8, which is a 5 millimeter. Now this one has the soft grip. I bought it only because that's what they had when I went to the store to buy this size hook. Fortunately, I don't have any trouble with my joints. I did for a while back in, 2007, I believe. My joints in my fingers and the tops of my feet, the joints in my like the tops of my feet started hurting. And so like I started doing some research, And I was talking with a doctor. In fact, we were in surgery and I was talking to him, and he had pointed out that hydrogenated foods and partially hydrogenated foods cause joint pain from the research he was doing. And so I looked more into it, and it's because it's kind of like, it acts like a plastic when it gets into your body. And so I literally, after doing enough of my own research, went in, found all the foods, and let me tell you, and all that prepackaged foods that I had, and I had a pantry full because I keep a stocked pantry. So that way I'm never without food. Anyways, at that time, I wasn't as smart, I don't think, as I am now. And it was a bunch of hydrogenated, partially hydrogenated. Oh my gosh. I got rid of all that food. There are people who were willing to take that food, and so I gave it to them. They didn't care. That wasn't on their radar. They, I told them why I was getting rid of it. They wanted it. That's fine. I stopped eating that stuff, and I'm telling you, my hands and my feet, big difference. The pain went away, which is nice. And here I am now, years later, almost, gosh, like 20 years later almost, and I don't have that pain. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful. I don't know. Was that it? I don't know, but that's what I think. It worked for me. Okay. So I am going to add all this to say I'm going to add this big twist cotton. Now this one here is 85% cotton and 15% polyester. Polyester is a form of plastic. This is a soft plastic. Do you remember like the polyester suits? People said, oh my gosh, those were nice because you can wear them. They didn't stain as easy. They held their shape. You can wash and wear basically because they're kind of like made like out of a plastic. But they were hot. But it works. The polyester is very durable. It's not very absorbent. It can melt. It's such a small fraction of it. 85% of it is cotton. So I haven't had any issues with this one. I haven't had issues with the color bleeding. Is this my favorite? No, I'd rather have 100% cotton versus this 15% polyester in it. I didn't know that when I purchased these because I just saw cotton. But it's not a bad thing, and I am going to use it. Will I buy it again? Most likely I will. But if given the choice, I want 100% cotton. It's okay. 96 yards, which is 1.94 ounces, 88 millimeters, 55 grams. You can see that they show you can make a scarf and a hat and a towel, I think. I think that's a towel. And how many skeins you would need per project. And you can find thousands of project ideas at joann.com projects. Yes, this is one that I found at Joann. Joann is the local craft store in my neighborhood. So same as the other. Actually, that one I think was different. What they suggested for their knitting needles. And here's a suggestion for a crochet hook. But these are just suggestions to help you out. You don't have to use those. You could do any size. I have used actually even like a, I've used even like a, is this a G hook? Let me see if this is a G. Yeah, I've used actually a G with this size, and it just gives it a tighter weave. So here you have, this one's called Rosy Cheeks. Isn't that cute? Rosy, wah, 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 wah. Let's see. No, there we go. Rosy Cheeks. Made in Turkey. There you go. Machine wash warm. Tumble dry. Do not iron. Do not bleach. Please purchase a sufficient quantity, sorry, because this is good quality, quantity of one dye lot to ensure uniformity of color in your completed project. I know, I'm reading all of that, but sometimes I watch people put stuff together, and I'm thinking, what did it say? Especially if it's a yarn that I'm not familiar with. I'm trying to find the end here. I love they stash these in there like an Easter egg hunt. Okay, so let's get to the point of my video, which is to add this yarn. Something also to think about is that now these both said 4 weight. To me, it looks like one is thicker than the other. And even when I'm feeling it, this 4 weight doesn't feel quite as 4-ish as the other. And I think you could measure it. Well, some people will wrap it around. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to look and see here. I'm going to look and share it with you guys because it's probably hard for everyone to see. I'm going to look at it in centimeters so that way I can get the majority of it. How many marks did I think it's hitting like 2. And basically, it's just off by like a smidge. Nothing to cry about. It's handmade, so it's not perfect. All right, so what I'm going to do with this, now this is just, I'm just going to start an edge and leave it because I don't know what exact kind of edge I want to do. I might do like a little scalloped edge. I will make another video and show you guys. I don't want to take up too much of your time today. But, so I just insert my hook wherever I want to insert it in. Okay, it's your project. You do where you want to do. I'm doing it here in this corner. So right there in that space. The yarn that I left over, I'm just lying it on top. And then I'm going to take this. To me, this is a tricky part, but it is not complicated. So I'm taking the yarn I want to work with. And I'm just pretending that it's already part of my project. So I lay mine over and then I hook it. Whoops. All right, I've got to pay attention to it this way. So that's the only yarn that's coming through. I could put whatever length I want. I could have done it longer, but this is where I'm going to do it too because I believe that's where it's going to be safe enough. And then I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm going to just go into wherever I want to slip my hook into. I don't know if you guys can see that well enough. And then I'm just going to keep going. Now this one here is just going to be a simple stitch. And why can't I think of the name of it? It's not a single crochet. Is that a single crochet? I always get my stitch names confused. So I'm just going to go through here and pull it through. I'm just adding this really simple edge. Can you guys see that? So I'm going to go slow. I'm just going to go in, hook over, pull it through. Now I've got 2 loops on my hook, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through both loops. So now here I am getting to this edge. This is kind of what I wanted to show you guys too. It's easier maybe to see with a different color there. I'm just going to keep going. Yarn over, put my hook through, yarn over, pull through. Now you could see where it just ended there. It's okay. It's 100% okay if you're okay with that. There's my edge. There's a little bit sticking out. It can be trimmed. I have a secure length in here. Okay, so I'm not afraid even if I were to trim it show you guys, but I will trim it. And I'm not afraid. I'll find some little scissors here. These are actually the ones I use for thread, but since it's pretty thin, look, it's okay. I still have a little bit of it left. It doesn't have to be like that. It could have matched up perfectly. Whoops, a little thread. A little thread. All right, no, it's right here. Okay, so now I went in again, yarn over, pull through. I've got 2 loops on my hook, crochet hook, yarn over, pull through 2. This one's easy. This side is easy. Yarn over, pull through. And then I'm going to go in again. Now, the decision is yours to make if you want to go in here, or if it's kind of tight, you can go in down here. So you can either go in here or go in here. I like to go at the very edge. Gives me more of a length, but it doesn't really matter. There have been times when I've gone in here. It's okay. Go in here. It's okay. Go wherever you want. If you want it to be even thinner, like have a thinner grasp, you can go into your front loop. Do what you want. It's your project. And I say that because sometimes some things are daunting. Some of us don't want to make mistakes. We want things to be right, or we get frustrated. Some things are worth the frustration of making sure it's right, like math. But some things are not worth the frustration. So when you're counting out chains, yes, that is where you want to be perfect. If you have to have a specific amount when you're crocheting. But the rest of it, if it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. If you can cover up a mistake and make it look okay, that's fine too. In fact, I'm working on a project right now where I've made a mistake, so I've put the project aside for a bit. And I didn't put it in timeout. It's not really in timeout. It's just the fact that I've picked up this. So I made a blanket for a couple who just got married. And so I put my project that I was working on aside to make the wedding blanket, the wedding gift blanket. And then I picked this up to use as like a palette cleanser. Between projects, I often like to do something that is simple. Now look at this little slub here. Perfectly fine. Just add it in. Part of the homemade look. Don't let things like that ruin your day. Look. Little slub is there. Not a big deal. And because I am planning to give it sort of a ruffle on the edge or some kind of an edging other than this. I don't know. Actually, I kind of like this. Maybe I'll just leave it simple like this. I don't know. We'll see. But when I'm done with this project, I will definitely share that with you guys. So let's turn the corner here. When I do my corner, I got to decide this is my corner. My corner. I'm going to put 3 in that same spot to give it a nice corner, because that's what I like to do. And then this one here, okay, so this edge, this one here, this is sometimes a little trickier, a little more trickier. This one actually I think is going to be easy because I see holes. Where do you want to put it? So the decision has to be made where I want to put it. Am I going to put one here and here and here, or am I just going to do here and here? Do you see what I'm saying? So I need to make the quick decision because it's not life or death. Am I going to do one here, and one here? I'm probably not. I think I'm going to do here and here and here and here. So decision is yours. Keep it fun, maybe. See, now look, when I'm looking at this part, This is where I get a little wonky. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm just going to pull apart and wherever I see a hole. So maybe I will go here and here and here. The 3. Wherever I find a hole. All right, you guys, I have taken up enough of your time. So I'm going to stop the extra chatter and I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. Anything that you do with this can be undone by removing the yarn, unraveling it, right? Have I done that? Plenty of times, yes. And it's okay. Put your hook through, yarn over, pull through. Hook in, yarn over, pull through. Now, I am not really showing you how to do anything different, so it's not like I'm doing a tutorial here. I'm just showing you what I do and what makes me happy when I'm working with yarn and a hook and my brain. Let's just look over here really quick. There, looks like there's 2 and 1, right? But it's not. And so, I mean, you can see it is not perfect. The only thing that would maybe would matter is on this side. It depends on how many you have. If you were going to make a certain edging that required a certain amount of stitches. So let's like I needed to skip one. I had to have like so many, so I can go, I'm going to put it in here, do a stitch, and then put it in here, and then do a stitch, put it in here. That would be where it matters. I might just do a single crochet on top of it or something that it wouldn't matter. It would just follow the pattern. Or even if I did a double crochet on each one, then it wouldn't matter because I would just follow what I have. But anyway, guys, I have seriously taken up way too much of your time. So I'm going to end this here. When this is finished, I will show you what I decided to end it with. I hope you guys have a great day or evening. Attach some yarn or something. I don't know. Anyways, take care, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.